Join me as I dive into the world of Qntm stock and try to predict its price forecast. The Qntm stock has been gaining a lot of attention recently, and for good reason. Its potential for growth is massive, and many investors are eager to get in on the action. As someone who's interested in the stock market, you're probably wondering what the future holds for Qntm, and whether or not it's a good investment opportunity. That's what we're going to explore in this video, so let's get started. Predicting the Qntm stock price is no easy task, and there are many challenges that investors face when trying to do so. One of the main hurdles is market volatility. The stock market is constantly changing, and it's hard to predict what's going to happen from one day to the next. This volatility can be caused by a wide range of factors, including economic changes, political events, and even social trends. As an investor, it's essential to stay on top of these changes and adapt your strategy accordingly. Another challenge that investors face is the sheer amount of external factors that can impact the Qntm stock price. For example, changes in government regulations, shifts in consumer demand, and advancements in technology can all have a significant impact on the stock's performance. These external factors can be difficult to predict, and they can sometimes seem to come out of nowhere, making it even harder to forecast the stock's price. On top of that, the Qntm stock is also affected by the overall performance of the company, including its revenue, profits, and management team. The Qntm stock price can also be influenced by the actions of other investors, which can sometimes create a self-reinforcing cycle. For instance, if a lot of investors are buying up Qntm stock, it can drive up the price, which can then attract even more investors, and so on. This can create a kind of bubble, where the stock price becomes detached from its underlying value. As an investor, it's crucial to be aware of these dynamics and not get caught up in the hype. Furthermore, predicting the Qntm stock price requires a deep understanding of the company's financials, including its balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement. Investors need to be able to analyze this data and use it to make informed decisions about whether or not to buy or sell the stock. This can be a complex and time-consuming process, especially for those who are new to investing. However, it's an essential part of making smart investment decisions and avoiding costly mistakes. Looking at the current trends in Qntm stock, it's clear that there are a lot of different factors at play. Some experts are predicting that the stock will continue to rise in the coming months, driven by strong demand and a solid financial foundation. Others, however, are more cautious, pointing to potential risks and challenges that could impact the stock's performance. To get a better sense of what's going on, let's take a look at some historical data and see if we can identify any patterns or trends that might give us a clue about where the stock is headed. Historically, the Qntm stock has been quite volatile, with some significant ups and downs over the years. However, despite these fluctuations, the stock has generally trended upwards over the long term, suggesting that it may be a good investment opportunity for those who are willing to hold on for the ride. Of course, past performance is no guarantee of future results, but it's still worth considering when making investment decisions. Additionally, it's worth looking at the company's current financial situation, including its revenue, profits, and debt levels, to get a sense of its overall health and stability. Many experts are weighing in on the Qntm stock, offering their opinions and predictions about its future performance. Some are bullish, predicting that the stock will continue to rise and potentially even reach new heights. Others, however, are more bearish, warning that the stock may be overvalued and due for a correction. As an investor, it's essential to consider these different perspectives and use them to inform your own decision-making. By looking at the big picture and considering multiple points of view, you can make more informed decisions and avoid getting caught up in the hype. The company's management team is also an important factor to consider when evaluating the Qntm stock. A strong, experienced management team can make all the difference in a company's success, and it's worth looking at the team's track record and leadership style to get a sense of their ability to drive growth and innovation. Additionally, the company's industry and competitive position are also crucial factors to consider, as they can have a significant impact on the stock's performance. By considering these factors and others, investors can get a more complete picture of the Qntm stock and make more informed decisions. One of the most compelling insights about the Qntm stock is that it has a lot of potential for growth in the coming years. With a strong financial foundation and a solid management team, the company is well positioned to take advantage of new opportunities and drive innovation. Of course, there are also risks and challenges to consider, but overall, the outlook for Qntm is positive. According to some predictions, the stock could potentially reach new heights in the next few years, driven by strong demand in a growing market. Some predictions even suggest that the Qntm stock could be a leader in its industry, driving growth and innovation and potentially even disrupting the status quo. This is an exciting prospect for investors, and it's worth considering the potential implications of such a scenario. If the Qntm stock were to become a leader in its industry, it could have a significant impact on the overall market, and it could potentially even create new opportunities for other companies and investors. As an investor, it's essential to stay on top of these developments and be prepared to adapt your strategy accordingly. The potential for the Qntm stock to drive growth and innovation is significant, and it's worth exploring in more depth. With a strong management team and a solid financial foundation, the company is well positioned to invest in new technologies and drive innovation. This could potentially lead to new products and services, which could in turn drive growth and revenue. As an investor, it's exciting to think about the potential implications of such a scenario, and it's worth considering the potential risks and rewards of investing in the Qntm stock. In terms of specific predictions, some experts are suggesting that the Qntm stock could potentially reach a certain price point in the next year or two. This is a compelling insight, and it's worth considering the potential implications of such a scenario. If the stock were to reach this price point, it could have a significant impact on the overall market, and it could potentially even create new opportunities for other companies and investors. As an investor, it's essential to stay on top of these developments and be prepared to adapt your strategy accordingly. To summarize, the Qntm stock is a complex and dynamic investment opportunity that requires careful consideration and analysis. With its potential for growth and innovation, the stock is exciting for investors, but it's also important to be aware of the potential risks and challenges. By considering multiple perspectives and staying on top of the latest developments, investors can make more informed decisions and avoid getting caught up in the hype. The key insights and predictions about the Qntm stock are clear. It has a lot of potential for growth, but it's essential to approach with caution and careful consideration. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Qntm stock price forecast. Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If you're interested in learning more about stock market trends and investment opportunities, I've got another video that you might find helpful, so be sure to check it out.